welcome to another Funko Pop Obsessed tutorial. I'm still working on my Connor from Detroit Become Human video game. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to seal the hair today, and I'm going to paint part of the body. So let's get started. So the hair is pretty much done. I'm just going to seal it now. And I did paint half the body just to see how it was going to come out, so I'll show you painting the other half on, so you can see how that goes. So for sealing, normally I use a gloss, but the gentleman wanted a matte finish, so I'm going to use a matte varnish, if I can get it open, that is. See? So I'm going to put the head on the screwdriver. Make sure it doesn't have any fluff or anything on him. And I use these cheap brushes to put the varnish on. So I just brush it on. Kind of like with the hair, just kind of with the paint. Brush it on, sort of in the direction of the... Now this is a matte finish. It'll still have a bit of a sheen to it. It's not completely... like, it won't look like exactly like the paint, matte paint, but it won't be as high gloss as I normally do them, so... See, it looks a bit shiny now, but once it dries it should look a little more matte. I hope, anyways. So I usually do 2 to 3 coats, just because I want to make sure that everything's covered. Again, I'll probably I'll use a smaller brush to get into by the hairline. I use these products because I do abstract painting. These are the products that I use when I'm doing my abstract painting, so that's how I ended up using these products as opposed to what other people use. I don't think there's really any one way. It's whatever works best for you. So you can see I put the first coat on. We'll let him dry. I'll put him by the window there. And then I'm just going to go clean my brush because we don't want that to set. And then we're going to do the body. So this is the photo I'm using as a guideline. And I'm using a really tiny brush. I don't know if you can even see. It's very tiny. Actually, the other side turned out pretty good. So hopefully on camera it'll do the same thing. I mixed a lighter gray, and I still have my darker gray, so let's see if we can... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this little section first, with the light gray. Just like a little bit on my brush. Don't need very much. And you can see I drew a pencil line there, so I'm just going to follow. It's basically the side and under the pocket. That's there. And I'm just going to do to the seam. There we go. So that was pretty easy. Okay. And then the other part that's light gray is the collar, the jacket collar. So we're going to do that, the light gray. Let's see if I can. And just to the seam, because the back is dark gray. And the shoulder, this part of the shoulder is light gray to the line that I drew, which is here. So that's light gray. It's very hard painting on camera. Let's see here. Just a bit more. So I do have to paint his shirt white and the tie is black, so I'm going to do that after I do the gray. Okay, and what else is light gray? His cuff here is light gray. So we're going to just paint over this to the line, light gray. Okay. I'll probably go over it again, but anyways, you get the idea. So the rest of it, the little spot in here, the sleeve, and this little spot in here are dark gray. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the same brush because this was a light gray, so I'm just going to because I only have one of these brushes, so I need to get more. Okay. So his sleeve is this dark gray, and the back of his jacket is the dark gray. I already did part of it, so I make a better line there. So, as you can see, brushes are very important. These are all soft. They're soft bristles. And this paint, as I said before, is quite awesome. So, it dries actually kind of without a lot of streaks or anything in it. So I did do a second coat on the pants there. And I'm pretty happy with it, so I'll probably leave it at 2. So I got a bit on his hand, but that's okay. It's really hard painting these things. So I might go over with a flesh color, just because, to make so that the hand, so that's the thing with paint, you can always fix things with more paint. These things are really small to paint. And then there's this little bit in here. So I'm going to paint this part, the light. So when I do that, I'll fix up try to make this a line that's more even when I do that, and the sides too. So, but you can see it's starting to, of course, starting to look like my little reference here. So we'll see how it goes. Next I'll probably do the shirt and the tie. The tie is just black, so that's pretty easy. Okay, so that's it for today, at least for videoing. I'll be back at a later date to show you the rest.